All right, what's up, y'all? I don't know if you hear that noise in the background, but they doing some construction uh, somewhere. I guess on this floor somewhere they're doing construction. So hopefully that's not too aggravating for everybody. But hopefully the you only can pick up my voice for right now. Um, Turn this on and make sure y'all can hear me. Doing a quick test. Yeah, there we go. All right, so hopefully you just pick up my voice on this mic and not the extra stuff. See if we get a couple people in here. Uh, let's see. I can't really see too much right now. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Uh, Here we go. Gonna be on this. All right. So we'll see if a couple people jump in here. We got Kay Stevenson. I think that's it. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. Like I said before, I'm gonna be, doing this streaming more often. For the past few days, I've been having a couple issues with my internet and all that, but I'm back at it. So yeah, y'all let me know. Can you hear? Is the mic good? Can you hear me good? I'm trying out this new microphone, so I want to make sure it's good. Let me know. Let me know. Nah, this noise is so aggravating, man. All right, let's let's get started on this deposition, y'all. So I can't see. Uh, there's some slow background noise or feedback. That's I don't think that's the mic. I think that's if you're hearing what sounds like feedback, they're doing some construction on a room on this floor somewhere, and it's real annoying. So I don't know. I guess I could turn it down. Is it better now? Uh, would be that. Let let me know what it sounds like now. I'm trying to adjust it. See if that helps at all. About something is okay. All right. So let's get started. When that drilling stopped, then you probably calm down. So let's get started with this. So we got Pink Camera Magic. I got this from her page. I don't see where she has the original footage, so I'm guessing this is where the footage originates. Uh, yeah, but this was the deposition of Sergeant Jennifer Larson, and I wish I would have played the I wish I could have found the original video of what this deposition is for, but you don't even need to see what was the cause of this deposition, because it's just how clueless and incompetent this sergeant is from the jump. So listen, let's go ahead and play this.
Good afternoon. We are going on the record at 1:26 p.m. on January 15th, 2019. Please note that the microphones are sensitive and may pick up whispering, private conversations, and cellular interference. Please turn off all cell phones or place them away from the microphones, as they can interfere with the deposition audio. Audio and video recording will continue to take place unless all parties agree to go off the record. This is media unit number 1 of the video recorded deposition of Jennifer Larson, taken by counsel for plaintiff in the matter of Amanda Jane Bergquist versus Donald Malazzo, Jennifer Larson, James Barbero et al., filed in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, bearing case number 18CV03619. This deposition is being held at 10220 South 76th Avenue, Bridgeview, Illinois. My name is Craig Sinnott from the firm Veritex, and I'm the videographer. The court reporter is Suzanne Burke from the firm Veritex. I am not authorized to administer an oath. I am not related to any party in this action, nor am I financially interested in the outcome. Counsel and all present in the room and everyone attending remotely will now state their appearances and affiliations for the record.
Solomon Radner for the plaintiff, Ms. Amanda Bergquist, who is present and seated to my right.
Assistant State's Attorney Mike Gorman for the defendants.
Will the court reporter please swear in the witness?
Did you ask Malazzo how the deposition went?
I didn't.
You didn't talk to him at all?
I saw him as I was walking out of the office. We walked out. He said, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, and that was it.
Okay. So what have you done to prepare for this deposition? Anything?
No, I spoke to State's Attorney Mike Gorman yesterday. Briefly, we did a phone conference.
I don't hear about that.
Okay.
I don't know where we're going. Did you review any documents or any video footage?
I did not.
Okay. Is it against the law to take pictures of a courthouse from outside?
No, not that I know.
Is it lawful to arrest somebody for taking pictures outside of the courthouse?
No, not that I know.
Okay. Is there something
With those two questions answered, they've already won the case. You know, just with those two questions. First they asked her, is it illegal to take pictures out in front of the courthouse? No. Yeah. So she got arrested. The person who got arrested. Well, the person got arrested for not giving up their ID inside the courthouse while they were filming. So filming is not against the law. So, but I think they arrested her for not showing ID. But you know, if you don't commit a crime, you don't have to show ID. But this sergeant of 10 years is struggling to comprehend that.
Okay, sorry.
So I'm going to get every word if it's on video.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, not that I know.
to take pictures of a courthouse from outside?
No, not that I know.
Is it lawful to arrest somebody for taking pictures outside of the courthouse?
No, not that I know.
Okay. Is there something
Could you voice it, please?
Okay, sorry.
You're
So
trying
I'm
to
going to
say,
get every word if it's on video.
Are you familiar with this case at all?
Which case?
The case that brings us here today, that you're testifying in?
Yes.
Okay, and in a nutshell, what's the case about?
I would say that Amanda Bergquist is, I guess I call you to say that she was outside videoing when she shouldn't have been. So she's saying we violated her amendment rights.
You're correct. When you say when she shouldn't have been, what does that mean? Was she doing something wrong?
Just something unusual, what us as officers would consider unusual.
Unusual, okay.
okay.
Depending on where you are in the country, Mormons are unusual, right? Depending on where you are, might be unusual to see a Mormon. Do you get to detain Mormons in those places?
I don't know if people detain Mormons. I don't know if they detain Mormons.
Would it be lawful Just because it's unusual?
No, I don't.
Okay. Is there something unlawful about recording outside of a building?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Let me ask you this. Was Ms. Berquist doing anything illegal when she was detained?
No, I would say it was not illegal, unusual.
Okay. In order to detain somebody, what do you have to have legally? Do you know?
There's the case.
I do not know the law legally.
Okay. Did you have any reasonable suspicion that she was committing a crime?
We had reasonable suspicion to ask her what she was doing and why she was doing it, just to get who she was and why.
You and I agree on that you had the right to ask her whatever you wanted to ask her. Did you have the right to put her in handcuffs?
For the security of the officers, yes.
Okay. What made her a threat?
Her refusing to give any information that was requested of her.
Was she legally obligated to give that information?
When an officer has asked her for security purposes to give her identity up, yes, we do have the right to ask for an identity of somebody for our safety.
Have you ever heard of something called a Terry search or a Terry frisk?
I have.
What is that?
I'm not going to say exactly. I don't know the law.
Okay. Well, let me just ask you this. A police officer is allowed to go over to anybody they want, demand to see ID, and if they refuse, they get to arrest them? Is that your testimony? Or detain them?
Can you say it one more time? I'm sorry.
Sure.
She heard the first time.
Police officer goes over to somebody on the street. Let's call the person Mr. Plaintiff.
Okay.
Police officer goes to Mr. Plaintiff and says, hey, let me see your ID. And Mr. Plaintiff says,
Yeah, K. Stevenson. That's, they put officer safety before everything. That is crazy. If it's officer safety, then if your job is to protect and serve, you're agreeing to put your life on the line. So your safety is not the first thing that, it's not the first thing on the list of priorities.
says no. Is the officer now allowed to put Mr. Plaintiff in handcuffs and detain him?
I object. It's a hypothetical. It calls for speculation.
Yeah.
You can answer.
I do believe, yes, for officer safety, they do have the right to then, at least then do a pat down of the person's outer garments for their safety.
Doesn't there have to be reasonable suspicion that the person committed a criminal offense or violated a law?
Because I don't know the law exactly.
You don't know when an officer is allowed to detain somebody?
You don't know the law. She don't know the basics. She don't know the basics of what you need to place somebody under arrest. She a sergeant for over 10 years. Dog, this is crazy. Absolutely insane. How can you be a sergeant over 10 years and you don't know the basics of what you need to place somebody under arrest? What?
Can detain if there is unusual activity.
Who told you that? Oh, sorry, finish.
Okay. To gather information.
FAQ, what's up? 1+1.
To gather information.
What's up? Yeah, she don't. She admitted to it.
Who decides what's unusual?
A reasonable person.
Gotcha. What was Ms. Berquist doing that was unusual? Just videoing?
Once I came out there,
Well, you put the handcuffs on her, didn't you?
No.
Were you there when she got handcuffed?
I was.
You helped put the handcuffs on her?
It did not necessarily help. I was there as the other officer did it.
Did you touch Ms. Berquist at all?
That was cool.
If I did, I don't recall.
Okay. Was there any reasonable suspicion that she was committing a crime, yes or no?
Y'all, this lady is so shady and she's such a liar. It's ridiculous for her to be this incompetent being a sergeant.
We weren't sure what she was doing.
Okay, so if you don't know what somebody's doing, do you have reasonable suspicion that they're doing anything in particular?
No, but we have a reasonable response to ask what she was doing.
Right. Agreed. You could ask her what she's doing. And when she refuses to answer, are you now allowed to detain her?
Yes.
Who told you this? That you get to detain people who are videoing and refuse to identify themselves when asked?
That's what I don't know if y'all see in the videos. I asked that question when they have a ridiculous policy or whatever. I always ask, who told you that? and they never answered.
In this case, are you asking me per our,
You know what he asked.
which are you looking towards? Are you asking just for like myself or per the sheriff's office?
Well, in this case, I'm assuming that Milazzo was calling the shots.
My lieutenant was there first, yes.
Your lieutenant's name is
Lieutenant Milazzo.
Milazzo, right? Okay. Now, I'm talking about in general. Who told you that you get to detain people if there's unusual activity to gather information? If they refuse to identify themselves?
Just in general, you're
In
saying
general.
not in this case.
Yeah. Was it a training?
It was an unusual case in our courthouse. We are to stop and gather information to make sure that the situation would be secure.
Right, so who
Who
told you?
told you?
I would say my department.
When did your department tell you this?
You don't know what to say.
I cannot tell you exactly. I don't know.
Is it fair to say that this policy has been in effect for at least 10 years?
Yes.
Since 9/11?
Yes.
What's your rank?
Sergeant.
How long have you been a sergeant?
I've been a sergeant 10 years. It will just be coming up in
How long,
so
have you,
9.5 years.
how long have you been working for the Cook County Sheriff's Office as a law enforcement officer of some sort in any capacity?
19 years and 10 months.
What are the Miranda rights?
Years.
Our Miranda rights.
20
And
years.
I don't have. I would have to read them to you from a pre-written.
20 20 years and she doesn't know, 20 years and she doesn't know the basis of what you need to place somebody under arrest. 20 years she's been in a law enforcement officer. What is going on? What is going on?
You at some point told Ms. Berquist at the counter in the sheriff's office that she had an option to simply show ID and then she'd be on her merry way, right?
1+, man. It's crazy.
I'm not sure exactly what my words were, but I do remember speaking to her. Yes.
You conveyed that type of offer, right?
Yes.
And in fact, I believe what you told her was that she's going to see the judge for recording at a courthouse and she may or may not go home tonight. Remember saying that?
I do not.
Is that something you would say?
No.
You wouldn't say something like that. Because it's not true, right?
It may or may not be true. I don't make the rulings on what the judge says or what the judge does. I can't tell anybody. I'm not allowed to even tell them. That is what the judge decides on sentencing verdicts, on anything that happens. That's not my decision.
Right, but didn't you tell her that she may or may not go home tonight?
Brooklyn, whose page is that on? How did you find out what the judgment was? Yeah, how did you find out what the judgment was? I want to watch that next.
Didn't you tell her that she may or may not go home tonight?
I do not remember that.
Is that something that you would say?
No.
Why wouldn't you say something like that?
Because as I said, it's not my decision on if she is or if she's not going home. It would be the judge's decision. If a judge decides to hold somebody, then they decide to hold somebody. If they say that they're free to go, they're free to go. If they set bond, I do not.
Right. Also, saying something like that to somebody, you may or may not go home tonight, it's a little bullying, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
What do you think? Do you think that sounds a little bit like a bullying tactic?
I'm not sure.
If you don't do what I'm saying, you may or may not go home tonight?
I'm not sure.
You don't think that sounds like a bullying tactic?
You're not sure.
It's been asked and answered.
So yes or no?
You don't think that's a bullying tactic?
Is this bullying? Can you, like, it's
You
been
think I'm
asked, it's
bullying?
been answered.
I'm bullying her?
You're asking the same question over and over. It's been asked and answered. It's already been answered.
What's your answer, just so we're clear for the record? You don't think this is a bullying tactic?
Once more.
Your objection is noted. Tell her to answer the question, please.
Yeah. You can still answer them.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Okay,
But it's definitely something that you would not say, right?
Correct.
In fact, you said to her that they take it not so lightly. It can either be an incident report or you can go to bond court. Remember saying that?
No.
You wouldn't say that either.
you want to say that?
Right?
Correct.
At one point, I think you said to her, "This is your last chance or you're going to be arrested." Ever say that to her?
No.
Were you standing by the counter with her while Milazzo was in his office?
I was standing in the office, yes.
All right. This is not marked as an exhibit, but I believe there's a bait stamp here that's S07 334-suspicious circumstance. It's the 2018-328 Axon Body 2 camera footage, which was provided in discovery. I'm going to play from the 2:15 mark.
Terrible.
I'm not recording this, right?
Right.
I'm gonna play this for you.
Take it downstairs, then you will be arrested. We will fingerprint you, and we will run you.
Spanish to 204. Anybody sees the interpreter? Spanish to 204, please.
You'll go to bond court at 1:30, and then the judge will decide what he will do for you recording at a courthouse. So you may or may not go home tonight.
I'm not sure.
Pausing it at 2:48. Did you hear a woman's voice just say you may or may not go home tonight?
Yes,
Who owns that voice? Do you know?
that was me.
So you would say something like that.
All right. Guess I did, yes.
Is there anything else that I'm going to have to show you video footage for in order to get a truthful answer?
As I stated, I have not watched that video, so I would not say that I remember from something that happened almost a year ago.
Did Milazzo say to you something to the effect of, what the fuck is going on today? Every crazy loon in the building is coming.
I do not remember exactly that.
Would it surprise you if he would say that, or would you not be so surprised?
That would surprise me for someone to say that, but I do remember something being said. The exact words, I do not remember.
Okay. What did you mean when you told Ms. Berquist that she may or may not go home tonight?
Based upon what happens in court, a judge decides whether someone is set for bond, if they post, if they don't post, if they're released, if they're not released. It is all based upon what a judge does.
So you were basically telling her, give me your ID and identify yourself, or you're going to be in this limbo where you may not go home tonight, right?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
You were basically telling Ms. Berquist, give us your ID and identify yourself, or else you're going to go to the judge and you may or may not go home tonight.
Yeah. You threatened her.
We were requesting for her to give us an ID,
And if she wouldn't, what would happen to her?
that she would have to go to bond court, I think I said, for then the judge to decide what would happen.
And she may or may not go home that night, right?
Correct.
And you felt the need to tell her that would happen if she didn't give you an ID, right?
Yes, I guess I said that.
And again, the lawful basis to demand her ID was what?
So that we knew who she was.
Anybody you want to know who they are, you get to demand their ID and threaten to bring them to bond court if they don't give it to you in handcuffs? Is that the law?
She was outside videoing, which is something unusual, which is the reason why supervisor was called to go outside to find out that. That's the reason why.
Did you hear my question?
Yes.
What was my question?
Your question was, I can't give it to you exactly. I'm not.
I'll tell you what the question was.
Okay.
I asked you if you get to detain anybody who refuses to identify themselves to you and threaten them that you will bring them to bond court in handcuffs if they don't identify themselves.
So the question is,
Do you get to do that to anybody that you want as an officer of the law?
yes, I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the question. Are you asking if I can just stop anybody that I want and arrest them? So that would be no?
Are you allowed to stop anybody you want, ask them for ID, and if they refuse to give it to you, detain them and bring them to a judge where they'll have bond court and may or may not go home tonight? Do you get to do that to anybody that you want?
Who is acting unusual and suspicious?
Let's
We
start
have
with
the right.
let's start with my question. Anybody. Do you get to do that to just anybody you want? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the answer is obviously no, right?
I'm going to stick with I don't know.
Okay. You think that there's a possibility you get to just go over to anybody on the street and demand ID, and if they don't give it to you, you can detain them?
Not just anybody, no.
Okay, thank you. So we're on the same page now. Somebody has to do something to give you that right as an officer of the law, right?
Correct.
For example, if somebody acts acts in a way.
Acts like ACT.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, 6. Yeah, I think she was lying because she didn't let me know where I could find that information of the judge ruling. So I doubt she was telling the truth. And I don't see how a judge can look at this and rule in the favor of law enforcement when this is obviously, some BS.
Yes, acts.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Acts in a way
Okay.
that establishes reasonable suspicion that they're engaged in illegal activity. You get to do a brief detainment, right?
Correct.
And if there's probable cause that they're involved in criminal activity, then you get to arrest them, right?
Correct.
Okay. Was there any reasonable suspicion that Ms. Bergquist was engaged in any illegal activity?
She was engaging in suspicious activity?
I didn't ask you about suspicious, did I?
No.
What did I ask you?
If she was engaging in anything illegal?
I asked you if there was any reasonable suspicion.
God bless you.
I asked you if there was any reasonable suspicion that she was engaged in any illegal activity.
Yes or no?
By the time I got there, I'm not sure what she was doing.
I'm asking you what your knowledge is. Based on what you know, based on what you saw, based on what you observed.
Based
Can
on
you-
what I know I was doing as I was directed by my lieutenant. I
Okay.
walked out there after the fact. So on what she was doing at the beginning, I am not aware of what she was doing at the beginning.
I want to make sure that when we get to trial, your testimony is still going to be, you don't know anything, you were only doing what your lieutenant told you to do. Is that going to be your testimony?
Simple question.
I know that she was videotaping. We are unaware of actually what she was videotaping outside of the building, whether it was outside or inside of the building.
Did you ever touch her camera or SD card?
No, not as far as I remember.
Did you ever delete any footage from her camera?
No.
Do you or did you have any reasonable suspicion that she was engaged in illegal activity? Not suspicious. I don't care about suspicious.
Okay.
I'm asking you about illegal activity. Did you or do you have, let me start the question over. Was there ever any reasonable suspicion that she was engaged in illegal activity?
Yes or no?
I would be unaware of any illegal activity.
Okay. Yet she was detained anyway, right?
Correct.
Was she arrested?
She was
Against
not.
the law.
What's the difference between arrested and detained?
We were not. We were just detaining her. I was detaining her until further information was gathered.
Did you hear my question?
Yes. What was the difference?
What's the answer?
The difference is we were detaining while we were gathering information and not arresting to place new charges on her.
Man,
Did you understand the question I asked you?
Right. Detain is to hold to gather information, and arrest is to place new charges upon somebody.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So unless you put charges on somebody, they're not arrested?
We're not arresting her. Correct.
Okay. So when you handcuff somebody in a public place, bring them into a sheriff's office, bring them in front of a judge, take their property, and search through their purse, in your opinion, that's a detainment, not an arrest, right?
Correct.
Okay. What would have had to have happened for it to be an arrest? She would have been charged with a crime?
Correct.
So if somebody would have issued her a ticket after all of that, it would have been an arrest?
Or put new
I
charges.
agree.
Yes.
I agree. This is
What do
terrible.
you think of the way Malazzo acted that day?
In which regards? How do you?
Well, you heard that I'm assuming you heard all this. You were there, right next to Ms. Bergquist, while he was talking to her, right? Inside?
Yes.
Okay. And he said to her things like, you're going to go to Cook County Jail for 90 days, right?
I do not remember everything that was said. No.
Okay.
And I did not review any of the video to.
Do you remember him ever saying to her that she would go to jail for 90 days?
I do not.
All right.
She is a liar. Just
Same video, and this time I'm playing at 1540.
insane.
Back up a drop.
20 years he's been on the force.
1532, rather.
10 years he's been a sergeant.
We're gonna probably take you in front of the judge.
And I can see why she's just a sergeant after 20 years.
So, is that okay with you? Okay, you realize you're going to go to Cook County Jail for 90 days.
Malazzo said, you realize you're going to go to Cook County Jail for 90 days. You heard him say that?
I did.
We're paused at 1550 right now. Is that an appropriate thing for an officer of the law to say to somebody, in your opinion?
I don't have an opinion on that.
I understand that I'm putting you in a very difficult position right now because I've got you under oath and I'm asking you to testify about your supervisor.
Correct.
Okay? I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
What's your opinion about the way he treated Ms. Berquist when he said that? Is that appropriate or inappropriate conduct for an officer of the law?
I do not have an opinion on it.
Are you afraid that if you say that what he did was improper or inappropriate or unprofessional, that you might face some sort of lashback?
No.
Then why is it that you're afraid or don't want to tell me what your opinion is?
Because I don't have an opinion. It's here nor.
You have no opinion about Milazzo's statement to Ms. Berquist that she would go to jail for 90 days.
I didn't even remember him saying it until just 20 seconds ago.
Right. But now that you do remember, is that something you would say to somebody?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not my decision to sentence anybody. It is up to the judge.
Is it Milazzo's decision?
No.
Okay, so can you think of any reason explaining or justifying Milazzo saying that to Ms. Berquist?
I cannot.
I love this for you, man.
You still don't have any opinions about whether that was an appropriate thing to say to Ms. Berquist?
I don't.
If she would have shown ID, would she have been released? Or do you not know? Was it
I
Milazzo?
don't know. That would not have been my discretion. It was not my call.
Okay. The only thing that concerns me at this point is that I'm afraid when we get to trial, your testimony is going to change. After you say you reviewed all the footage and reviewed all the reports and talked to everybody, do I need to be scared of that?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing further.
Nothing from me.
All right. Since we've got so much time, let's just do Barbara since we're here anyway. It won't be long, I assure you.
We're going off record at 1:54 p.m. and this concludes today's testimony given by Jennifer Larson. Total 30 minutes was one and will be retained by your text.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. 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 Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. What y'all think about that? What are y'all thoughts on that? Y'all let me know in the chat while I find the next video I want to work on. Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. We're gonna watch this next video. Is from the civil rights lawyer. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite channels to watch and just learn some things about the law. It's the civil rights lawyer. I don't just watch auditors, if you want to say that. I try to find some lawyers, and people who actually study the law, know the law. So when I'm out there, I know that what I'm doing is lawful, and it's common sense would tell you that it's lawful, but it's always good to have a reassurance, I guess. But so this is civil rights lawyer, and this is how to get fired as a cop in 3 days. This video it's been up for 3 months and it got 3.4 million. So this video has been getting about 1 million views a month. It gotta be good. Oh, hold on. My bad, y'all. I forgot I gotta share it to StreamYard. As y'all see, this might be my setup. I'm working on it, trying to get things, more in place. I got the screen. I got my mic, got my light set up and everything. So hopefully these streams are getting to be better quality. Like I said, I'm taking this serious. This is a full-time thing now. So I'm definitely taking it serious.
Tell me what happened.
I was cooperating with everybody. You guys wouldn't cooperate with me. I was just walking along, singing a song. And when it's 55 degrees, finally nice. You guys don't like my song. You don't like the truth. You. You punch me in the face when my arms are behind my back.
Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel. This is some crazy body cam footage that comes to us from Loveland, Colorado, and you're going to want to watch every bit of this. So I'll watch it with you and I'll explain some of the constitutional law as I see it surrounding what's happening. Let me tell you from the beginning that what you see here resulted in a police officer being terminated 3 days after this happened, but that's not all to the story. Let's take a look.
Nothing, just walking along, singing a song.
Can you just hang out and talk with me, please?
I'm just singing a song all day long.
Okay, are you walking in any traffic, though? Ma'am?
I'm just singing a song all day long. Is there no freedom?
Now, the body cam footage that you're seeing right now is Officer Hobbs. This is not the guy who ended up being fired, but he plays a big part here. So he responds to a call that there's somebody walking around in traffic, basically, and sort of acting strange. He arrives and he encounters this lady, and I believe she's 59 years old, and she's quite the poet, as you'll see.
There is, but
I can't walk along and sing a song. See, I have the full volume.
Perfect.
So I can't walk along.
Not on the road. You know what I mean? So I'm getting told that you're like out in the roadway.
Oh, okay.
Can you stop with me and just talk with me
There's
just for
no
a second?
sidewalk.
I know. I
So
get
where
that.
do a sidewalk go? Where can I be? Where I
Well,
can
just you
see
don't wanna
the
walk in the
full
roadway,
volume,
right?
don't you see? So where are the sidewalks? Where am I supposed to be?
She's got a point here. Remember, the Fourth Amendment requires that if a police officer is going to detain some lady walking down the side of the road, there must be reasonable suspicion that she has committed some crime. So it was later reported in the news by the police that this happened on May 20th at about 8:30 p.m. This officer was called to North Garfield Avenue and East 29th Street in Loveland, Colorado, on reports of an adult female wandering in and out of traffic and speaking incoherently. Now, as we can see from their initial interaction, she's not in traffic. She's walking through a parking lot, and she's actually pretty coherent, actually very coherent. And she correctly says that, look, there's no sidewalk. Where do you want me to walk? And the officer actually agrees with her. So there's no ongoing emergency situation or dangerous situation where this lady is in traffic. That was reported by whoever called the cops, and I think you'll see them later.
Where is the mark of the deceived?
You just don't want to walk in the traffic
Where?
and get hit by a car.
Well, then where should I be?
Well, where do you live?
There's nowhere.
Why are they bothering this lady for being different? To me, this lady, okay, she's a little eccentric, you know, but she's obviously in her right state of mind. She know what's going on. She know that you're harassing her.
Where for me to be, you don't
Okay.
have no design, no degree.
Let's stay out of the roadway, right? You
Oh,
don't
out
wanna
of
get hit.
the roadway, okay.
There is, ma'am. What's going on? Where do you live?
You walking in the parking
Ma'am?
lot. What are you
If
talking
you give me
about?
a sidewalk, I guess I'd have
Could you
to
just sit down for me and talk with me, please?
For what?
Ma'am?
For
Ma'am,
what?
do you have an ID?
Why?
I'm just walking, singing a song, dude.
I got you, but you're
Okay.
you're walking in the roadway.
Well, okay, but there's no sidewalk,
I
is
got you,
there?
But if you're walking down 287,
There's no
you get hit by a car.
sidewalk, is there? I was crossing the road.
Can I give you a ride somewhere?
No, thank you.
Are you from
Can I give
Loveland?
you a ride? He sound like a creep. What? This lady is saying, leave me alone, get away from me. She's obviously trying to get away from him. And he says, can I give you a ride? Bruh, is that not creepy, kidnapper, whatever type of vibes he's giving off? Because I don't understand. If somebody is walking away from you, trying to get away from you, you steady pestering them, and then you try to get them in the back of your car. That's the equivalent of, you know, a weirdo in a van offering candy to kids. Like, bruh, what's wrong with you? Leave this lady alone.
Maybe. I'm from all lands, you see.
I feel like we've seen this before, not only in Rambo First Blood, but in like a zillion YouTube videos with police body cam, where somebody's just trying to be left alone, go about their business and walk, and the cops have to get involved. And now, just like John Rambo, he wants to know where she's from and give her a ride to the edge of town.
The land, the air, the sea, from Oceania to Oceania. I just buy this disease of the fucking neon green and the greed of the fucking obscene, of the fucking glitter of the hogs.
That's me.
No, I know.
I got you. I'm here to help you out. What can I do for you?
It doesn't mean they own us, even though they name and label. It's okay. You know.
What can I do for you, man? What can I call you? What's your name?
Angelia.
Angelia?
Angelia.
Angelia? My name? Officer Hobbs. My first name's Nick.
Exactly.
Nicholas, yeah. But I go by either one. Right? People call me both. So what can I do to help you out?
Hey, I'm just gonna go my way. I'm just gonna take a breath.
Sure.
I got
Can I give you a ride
volume
somewhere?
of the Fifth Element.
I can give you a ride somewhere?
I don't think so, unless you have a cigarette.
I don't have any
I know.
cigarettes.
So,
I don't smoke.
I don't think you can help me, and that's a very good deal.
So, I'm
working on that way.
Are you trying to quit smoking?
Mm.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I had a year in.
Okay, I got you.
It's better than a lot of other things.
Now, the body cam footage appears to show or indicate right now that this woman is free to leave. And if that's the case, if a reasonable person would feel like they are free to leave, to terminate the conversation, the encounter with the police officer, then they are not seized yet under the Fourth Amendment. They have not yet been detained. And that appears to be the case so far. And this officer actually is pretty polite, and he's not escalating the situation, but things will go sideways.
True. My dad's smoked for a long time, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
The fact
just died, so
her is escalation.
COPT.
That's what
Last night, to what degree? The degree of what we see doesn't matter. It's nothing but a more reality. I've been singing
I
the
got you.
full
You're singing. That's
volume
cool.
for a very long
Well, where are you
time.
headed to?
Nobody even hears it.
Oh, bro.
Just stay sublime
He is a
and
creep.
mask the lines.
Okay.
He is a creep.
I don't go sublime. Ever.
Well, where are you going?
I stay above line, not sublime. I don't go with the nose. I don't know their tone. I only know north.
Now,
Where the tone is. Where of your reality. Where heaven meets
or
earth.
somebody who's not a
Where we
criminal.
exist, where we're magnetically pulled.
Why are you taking up space in prisons for actual criminals?
Have a nice
Well,
day.
Put this
can I help you
lady
with
there.
anything?
No, I'm just
Where are you gonna head to, just so I know you're safe?
safe.
Yeah, I want you to be
Singing a
safe.
song.
I'm gonna be safe in this place.
I don't get it.
Really? I'm gonna be
I
safe
don't get it.
with a better
And they say the jail's so
person.
because it
I
is
just want you
more.
to like
What
physically,
would I
right?
be safe from?
Just
Is there somebody after me?
not that I'm aware of. I don't
Okay.
even know you.
Why would I be safe?
All they want to do
Just
is
if you're out here, you don't have a jacket. It's gonna get cold
No,
eventually.
I'm
Like,
fine.
you know what I mean?
It's
Stuff like that.
55 degrees. I fucking stay from
I keep careful. Y'all don't care about our safety.
between
Y'all
hotels
know
and
it might get cold.
fucking, you know, just
Beyond respect.
fine. So
Well, do you have any kind of like identification on you? Just like
I already told you.
just
my
your first
name.
name, yeah.
That is my identification.
What's your last name?
At this point,
Hey, this is the detection of the day of the sway of the pendulum
What's your
sway.
last
You don't go north today. You keep eating on the sinew that way.
Ma'am,
Wondering.
where are you headed to?
if you just
I
sit
am walking on my
you know,
green
you just
land.
You are, and I'm not saying
Why
you're
they
not
don't
wrong.
have sidewalks
Yeah.
in the place that I do?
Well, they do.
Sorry,
they do along
I
the
don't
highway.
go by the sublines of the UPs
I'll
and
get
my
my parking lot
flag.
thrift
I'm
now,
not
but
been
she's not willing to cooperate with me.
She don't have to cooperate with
Put
you.
the lines
What
here.
would
Ma'am.
you
This
cooperate
is my
for?
land.
I'm trying to help
your
you out.
toll road.
No, you're not trying to help her out. You're trying to help her to the cell.
I don't
Let me
know
help you.
your way. I'm just walking.
I know you're just walking.
That's it. I don't want
Is
to
there
help
some
you.
problem with that?
Well,
I can't walk and sing.
where are you going to?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Why do I have to say where I'm going when I'm just walking in a free country singing a song, full volume?
I got you.
Why can't I do that? Is there no freedom today? Have I been sold out to China this way? Our fucking oil reserves sold out to China. Have you heard? Fuck.
Whoa. she got beef with that one now. But this should obviously tell you that she's very coherent about what's going on in the situation that's happening right now. She doesn't have to tell you where she's going. She's just walking and singing. Leave her alone. It's so much. How much crime do you think is real crime is happening right now while he's bothering her about singing and walking in the road? Not even walking in the road. Honestly, she's not even in the road. She's in a parking lot. And you keep walking the road. It's a parking lot. I know y'all see the cars parked. And she keep trying to get away from him, but he keep chasing her down. Then he say, "Oh, you want to ride? You want to take a ride with me?" No. And then the help that it's no help that she needs right now. She didn't come to him as, "Hey, can you help me out with this and that?" No. Leave her alone.
And you better call in the psyops, you fucking spy.
What is that?
Fucking, if I can't walk in freedom this
You
day,
can,
just
but
walking along.
You're walking in front of cars, and I don't want that to happen.
We got a problem, dude. You come to me face to face. I'm just walking.
I got you. You're walking.
Multiple callers. Blocking traffic. Don't fucking touch me, dude.
Okay, as promised, here's where things start to go sideways. So now we leave the realm of a consensual encounter, which does not trigger any constitutional protections. And now the Fourth Amendment will be implicated because now they're going to detain this lady. So now they need reasonable suspicion. This Officer Hobbs, who had been dealing with her, seems to be a people person. And that's pretty rare. Cops should be, they're going into the most difficult customer service job. A lot of them are not people persons. They don't like interacting with.
He is not a people person. You know, like I said, I'm a fan of the civil rights lawyer, but I don't agree with him on that. That cop is not a people person. That cop is a weirdo who likes to harass people.
Public, but that's what they signed up for. But here we have this other officer enters the scene, and this is 28-year-old Russell Moranto. He's only been there for like a year apparently, and he does not have the same ability.
Never mind. So never mind. I guess he was talking about a different officer. This one, he's getting ready to talk about an officer right now who is harassing this lady. I was gonna say, I know he don't call that
these same conversational abilities as this Officer Hobbs, and it just goes completely haywire.
Fucking don't fucking touch me.
Do you have an ID on you?
Fucking don't fucking touch me.
Will you cooperate with me?
Don't fucking touch me.
Do you have an ID on you?
Don't fucking touch me.
Are you going to identify
Don't
yourself?
fucking touch me. I'm just walking, singing a
She
song.
only told me her first.
Don't fucking touch me. I'm just fucking walking along. I have no freedom to walk in this
Do
land.
you have an ID on you?
Fuck you.
Do you have an ID on you?
I'm just walking. What have I done wrong? Let go of me. No, I'm not. I'm walking through.
Now, but it's a responsibility.
I'm fucking walking through.
Are you willing to work with me?
Oh, well, I'm walking through. Get your hands fucking off of me.
At this point, you're
Get off of me. For what reason? You fucking disease fucking shit seeds. Fuck you. Fucking no freedom left.
You need to get fired.
Fucking nomadic Indian pieces of shit.
Is there any way to detach your spec back here? If you're going to destroy him, that's on you. Can you come over here?
Fucking drip. Can't even walk across the street. Didn't even do a fucking thing. Fucking pieces of shit.
There's help for you.
Fucking this is it, you guys. Fucking just walk and they bring out their disguise. How do you like it? Have a nice day.
There's no doubt that this lady is being detained at this point, which requires reasonable suspicion. Now, that's not a difficult standard for the police to meet. There's probably a number of ways for them to establish that here. It's not a difficult standard to make. And that's not the story of this video. The story is what you're going to see, what happens at the hospital where they take her. And that's probably another way that they can justify bringing this lady into custody, is that they're concerned for her welfare, because they say she smells like she's been drinking. Her behavior does sort of corroborate that, but she's also pretty coherent, and perhaps she just has mental issues, or she's just the way she is, and it's none of their business. But the real story is what happens at the hospital. Next, let me show you the Karens in the case, the people who, or you could call them Good Samaritans, I guess, depending on your point of view. They meet up with the officer. They provide him evidence of her walking in traffic. So, all right, they probably have a valid detainment at this point. And then we'll fast forward to the hospital where the real story occurs here.
If you can, yeah. Let me give you my card, and I have my phone there. You can just send it to my email.
It'd probably come from both of us.
That's what I think about, man.
I mean, it's the same thing.
You just send it to that email in there, please. I appreciate that, guys.
I figure it's one of those
We're just
situations.
gonna,
I didn't want her to get hit.
yeah, we're just gonna try to get her help. So
That's why we
she's
wanted-
not in the right mind or something either. She's super intoxicated or something. So
I figured it'll be fair to put it.
yeah, I'll just wait for the officer to get here.
That's what we.
I
Yeah, I try to.
I was like, I'm heading by your car. I was like, don't use your car.
Yeah, I try to de-escalate stuff until I get someone else here. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I just sent it to that email, and
It could be.
if we do have anything on it, then help out. So.
It don't seem like she's got her mind.
You're the fucking
Green light. Turn.
All right. Let's go to MCR.
MCR. Okay.
I think you've already felt me over you, bro.
Okay. Do you have anything in your pockets that I missed?
Oh, you fucking have to fill again. Go ahead. I like it down the pussy, down the crack, up the asshole. However you want to fucking fucking kid, fucking loser, fucking kid, fucking ass wife. Oh, okay, little fucking bitch or little fucking bitch up the ass like fucking sis, fucking on my ass, just pimple.
Let's keep walking.
Fucking can't even get a feel.
I have nothing to do with this. Let's keep walking.
Chair to sit down.
Fuck you. You don't know what I would like, nor do you like a chair, you fucking asshole. Fucking glare of
We're
the
gonna need to take the
dare.
paper in your hand as well,
Fuck
okay?
you. Hey, that's my song, my
It
volume.
is your song, yeah.
Yeah, so fuck you.
What song is it?
Hey, it's my song, not yours. You wouldn't know of it. You fucking.
I don't know. I've got some
fucking
hipster cred, I
5G.
feel.
Okay, so they're at the hospital, and the officer that you see right now, Miritano, he is the one who ended up getting in trouble here and getting fired 3 days later. Right now, he's sort of laughing at her, sort of mocking her. You'll see that changes when she's clearly upset. She's angry. She was very happy before walking through the parking lot, but now she is not happy at all. So she's saying anything and everything to try to get a rise out of the police officers and out of the staff in the hospital. And this rookie cop who'd only been there a year, it doesn't take long for that to get to him.
Well, when I walk down the street and I can't sing a song, I don't think you guys are very nice either. You fucking little piece of shit. Been a long since you're asking Angelia. You don't fucking speak for me, you Margarado fucking piece of shit.
Okay, let's watch
You
the
said
language.
Angelia, you piece of
Angelia,
shit.
I will not tolerate
Yeah,
that language.
well, I will tell you, I'm not tolerating that I can't walk down the street. Hey, fucking give it back to me, you fucking
It
piece
has
of
to
shit.
go with your property.
Hey, I can have it.
Angelia.
Why can't I have a piece of
Because they have
paper?
policies here. You
Then
can't
fucking take my pants off too. Take my shirt off. Give me my piece of paper. Why can't I have it?
Hey,
Fucking piece of shit. Why can't I
Angelia.
have the paper, you piece of shit?
Angelia.
Oh, fuck you. Enjoy the Fifth Element.
Hey.
You wouldn't even know. You
Angelia.
fucking swine piece of
If you
shit.
continue
So
to
I'll
behave
tell you
this
what
way,
brings me in here today.
do
I was
not spit
walking
and do
down
not-
the
I
street
will not
and
tolerate
these
that.
fuckers did fuck you.
Okay, now pay attention. This is the actual conduct that gets this police officer fired.
Fuck
This
you.
will go a lot smoother. if
Fucking
you
don't
just-
even fucking touch me, you piece of shit. Really? You fucking handcuffed me, you ass like fucking bitch. Fucking give me my paper back. Yeah, see how you instigate? Fucking
Can you speak to me then if you don't like him? Don't sit.
Oh, fucking
Hey,
piece of
Toronto,
shit. See what he does?
Back off.
See what he does?
Back off.
Fucking hits me.
So she's handcuffed. There are two police officers there. She spits. She's ordered not to spit again. She does spit again, still handcuffed. And then Officer Moranto, then using his right arm, strikes her right in the face. Again, she's defenseless and handcuffed. And Officer Hobbs immediately knows that should not have happened. And he tells Moranto to chill and to back off.
Fucking hits me. I want fucking video of that. I want fucking video of that.
Just sit down.
I want fucking video of that asswipe. I want video of that. I want video of that. He fucking punched me in the face.
Yeah, sit
I have my
down.
handcuffs. I can't even fight back against that rust. Fucking, I want a fucking name. I want a fucking name. I'm taking him down. I fucking have my hands cuffed. I can't even fight back.
I mean, technically, she's right. I mean, she's basically articulating federal excessive force law. Now, one interesting thing that I'll point out that a lot of people don't know and misunderstand, lawyers and judges included, technically, usually excessive force during an arrest falls under the Fourth Amendment. At this point, this lady had already been arrested. She'd been transported to the hospital. This is now going to fall under the 14th Amendment, sort of like a prisoner case, like a pretrial prisoner. So post-conviction prisoners, that falls under the 8th Amendment. That's a difficult standard. Pre-conviction, you have the 14th Amendment. So it's a little more tough of a standard than the Fourth Amendment that happens during an actual arrest, but it is more of a correctional officer standard. It's if you strike an inmate basically just to be mean, just to be malicious, just to punish them, then that is excessive force. If it doesn't serve any legitimate sort of law enforcement or correctional officer purpose, you just strike them, especially based on something that they said that offended you. That is going to be excessive force. There's a wealth of case law on that. So she's right. Because she was handcuffed, she was not, she was spitting at them. I mean, there was probably some use of force that was allowable under those circumstances, but just the way that he hit her or punched her and the way that he did, that clearly is going to be excessive force under the 14th Amendment. It was just to punish her for what she did and not to bring her under control. I mean, he didn't try to grab her and redirect any additional spits or anything like that.
to fucking fight back?
Sit
Is
down.
this
Hey,
liberty?
it's okay.
Is this
He's
what
not
you
in
call
here
fucking
anymore.
justice? How
Okay.
can he just fucking sucker punch me? I was cooperating with everybody. You guys wouldn't cooperate with me. I was just walking along, singing a song. And when it's 55 degrees, finally nice, you guys don't like my song. You don't like the truth. Fuck you. You punched me in the face when my arms are behind my back.
No, I did not.
Fuck you. Yes, you did.
No, I
Not
didn't.
you. Your
Right.
fucking fellow officer. Fucking right in the fucking face.
Now the supervisor shows up to clean up this mess. So what he's going to do is interview this officer Hobbs, and Hobbs immediately goes to turn off his body cam, and the supervisor says, "No, leave it on."
Turn off camera, yeah?
No.
No? Okay.
They should have just left her alone.
Tell me what happened.
Was trying to talk to her, and she ultimately just spit in the direction of the nurse staff and hit the floor. Still verbally uncooperative, trying to get info out of her. Staff was like, you know what, I'm not dealing with her. We're leaving the room. She's very uncooperative at this point. So she's yelling at Moranto. Moranto's standing in front of her. She spits at Moranto on him, and then Moranto just kind of takes his right hand and hit, like, across her face.
No, he punched her.
And that's when I took Moranto, grabbed her, and I took and pulled Moranto off her and told him to get out of the room.
They don't like saying the truth.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I need a tap out as well after all that's happened,
Yeah.
type of thing. So
I'm pulling you off this
I'm
call.
just kind of overwhelmed.
I'm pulling you off this call. What?
I didn't leave her alone.
Yeah.
So the supervisor immediately knows that there's a problem here because you had a police officer who struck a handcuffed prisoner. Yeah, we have a problem, and they took action. 3 days later, that officer was fired. So the lady, the 59-year-old lady Hall, she ended up being charged with third-degree assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor in Colorado for the incident, and that's presumably for spitting on the police officer. Now, as for the officer who hit her illegally, the 8th Judicial District Attorney's Office has not yet made a decision regarding any potential criminal charges against now former officer Moranto, as per the statement that they released. There we are. Clearly excessive force, clearly a constitutional violation for hitting this lady while she was handcuffed, even though some may think that she deserved it, even though she spit on him. If his action wasn't taken basically in a self-defense sort of situation, or with some legitimate reason to have engaged in the use of force that he did, then that's just basically abusing your power, physically harming somebody who's under your care, especially somebody who clearly probably has mental issues, and you should take additional precautions, or maybe to figure out whether she has a problem, whether she's intoxicated, whether she's supposed to be on medications, whether she has any family who's looking for her or who can help her. Instead, we have typical cop behavior. And while they did engage in some accountability afterwards, a lot of that was CYA behavior, and they still charged her instead of apologizing or making things right, or even, God forbid, compensating her for what happened. Unaware of whether there's any civil lawsuit that has been filed as a result of this, but it did just happen. So if anybody has any information, please send it my way. Again, thanks for watching. Again, thanks also for bringing us above 300,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also find me on Facebook. I have a great Facebook page following. You can find me at John H. Bryan, attorney at law there. Remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it. I'll see you next time.
All right, y'all. So, yeah, man, all of this could have been avoided if they would have just left her alone, or if they actually wanted to help her, which I don't think they actually wanted to help her. And unless she asked for help, they need to why won't they just leave us alone? Why do they want to harass us whenever something is different? You could be singing, dancing, whatever, minding your business, and here you go. You got these officers that want to ID you. Then you don't want to ID yourself because you haven't committed a crime. You're not a criminal. They turn you into the criminal. They turn into criminals to arrest you and charge you. And then, okay, the charges may or may not stick, but they don't care about that. It's all they know is, let's get them, let's identify them to see if they are a criminal. You know, we want to see if you're a criminal, see if you got warrants, felonies, or all of this. And even if you don't, we're still gonna treat you like you have all of those. And yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not at, you know, at least $1 million yet. But y'all know it's just bad, man. It's bad all around because it doesn't even matter if you are a law-abiding citizen. You know, you're guilty until proven innocent. And I don't know when it turned into that, but I mean, it's been like that for people like me for a long time. Guilty until proven innocent. You know, they feel like they can just stop us. We can be walking in the neighborhood. They feel like they can just pull over, ID us, and we gotta listen to them and this, and that because they had this, and that scenario. Man, I have been in plenty of scenarios that now that I look back on, it was so unlawful, it's ridiculous. Man. Could you imagine that? Like you just walking down the street, mind your own business, and you got people pull up in a gang vehicle. You know, they hop out with guns and weapons, demanding you check in and identify yourself, figure out what you're doing over here. You know, it's really when they hop out on you, it's like a stick up. They either trying to take some money from you, they trying to take your life, or they trying to take your freedom. Rarely are they pulling up to help you in any type of way. You know, you have a few that, you know, that are trying to help, but it's few and far between, and the ones that are supposedly doing good, or the good officers, they'll either get fired or they just won't say nothing. So now the good officers don't want to say nothing because that's their livelihood. You know, they can't go against the blue line. You know, man, this is crazy, man. Let's see how long we've been on. All right, this is about an hour. I'm gonna go to the store real quick, grabbing something to drink. Is it going? Yeah, I'm going to the store real quick, grabbing something to drink, like get some water and all that. Then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna be back at it. So until that, so I give it about maybe 30 minutes and I'll be back on. So I'll see y'all in that next stream. AWB, I'm out. Appreciate y'all, man. Oh, also, you know, I'm open to having other people on the stream with me. So if you want to be on the panel or whatever with the stream, I'm gonna drop the link next time, and y'all, you know, you can click the link and I'll let you in. But you have to be somebody who's been here a few times, who I've seen a few times, and yeah, I'm gonna do a little vetting before I just let anybody on the panel. But yeah, AWB, I'm out. I'll be back in maybe 30 minutes, y'all.